You are a vampire hunter. You enter the castle of the Vampire King, intent to destroy him. The Vampire King is a powerful being. He has been in power for centuries, and his realm is vast, and contains many worlds, each ruled by a different vampire lord. You enter the Vampire King's lair, brandishing a magical sword. You walk through the halls of the Vampire King's palace, your sword held tightly in your hand. The vampires are all dead now. You have killed them all. You enter the Vampire King's throne room. As you step through the doorway, the throne room itself is missing, having already been decapitated by you and your companions. You ask the Vampire King to show himself. Within the room, you hear a voice that does not belong to any undead creature you have ever faced. You say, "One way or another, I have come to end your reign of tyranny." The Vampire King appears before you. He wears the remnants of ceremonial armor, his head still encased in a metal shell. You say, "Your army has been defeated. Will you submit peacefully?" The Vampire King laughs. "You wish. My armies have not been defeated. I still control many planets. I could easily replace my head and continue to rule from here." You say, "You are wrong. Do you know what this sword is? What it represents?" The Vampire King looks at the sword with horror in his eyes. "It's a sword?" "The power of the gods are on my side. This sword marks me as a prophesied hero. I am destined to unmake your legacy." "Well," the Vampire King says, "if you're going to wield it, then I suppose there is no point in fighting. Just take my head and go." You say, "Before I take your head, I would ask you a question. What has driven you to seek such a bloody conquest? Someone told me you were a good man once." The Vampire King's face twists in a mask of hate. You level a sword at neck. "Tell me." Suddenly, the Vampire King leaps on top of you, tearing your throat out. You come back to life. Cough up blood. Pick up sword. Say, "Nice try, but I'm not human either." The Vampire King leaps off of you and stumbles backward. "You think you're the one who is strong?" he says, growling. You say, "I gave you a chance to surrender peacefully. I gave you a chance to explain your actions. You took neither. Now, I have only one thing left to say." The Vampire King backs away from you, confused. "What?" You say, "Goodbye, father." Decapitate the Vampire King. The Vampire King's head tumbles to the ground, rolling to your feet. You stare at it for a second, wondering if he's pretending, but there is no sign of life remaining in the head. You say, "I expected more. I suppose I was foolish, but I will not rule like you did, father.